Right, everybody, welcome back to the latest news update. Now we'll be talking about United being in for both SESKO and Ollie Watkins, which we'll be talking about them. We've also got some other interesting news about Sancho. But yeah, listen, it came about Morton Hudge-Morland from Sporting as well. So yeah, we'll be talking about the striker situation mainly today, as well as some other interesting stories. So there was an article a couple of hours ago that came in from Laurie Whitwell, and it said Manchester United narrow striker search to Ollie Watkins plus Benjamin Sesko. Club in touch on both players to figure out suitability and cost. Nicholas Jackson ruled out due to Chelsea demands. Watkins is Premier League proven. Sesko has high potential ceiling. Ollie Watkins would be open to joining Manchester United this window. Manchester United believe they may be able to afford Sesko through player sales. The list of potential striker targets has been refined down to 2, which includes Watkins and Sesko. Although a definitive choice has not been reached, conversations are currently underway to assess the financial implications of each potential transfer. Manchester United held back from Sesko due to the finances, but talks have now taken place to establish some details around the move. Some occurred for Watkins, deal explored for Nicholas Jackson, but as I said, it's been ruled out due to cost. Watkins is open to joining United. United believe Watkins would be available from around 40 to 45 million, while Sesko is expected to cost between 69 to 78 million pounds. And in terms of price, I think you can definitely say Watkins is a more suitable option. I think Watkins is a player for me who, again, would be my ideal striker signing at this current situation. I think with the quality that he has, the experience, the goal scoring threat, again, he would be a player who would bring in. He's 29 going on to 30. Yes, that's a bit old, but he'd be a player that you need to replace in 2 or 3 years. But again, I think now for exactly what we need, we already have project strikers in Cheeto, Hoyland, you got Xerxes as well. I think we need someone who's experienced that can come in and just hit the ground running straight away. And I think with Watkins, you're probably going to get in the range of 15 to 20 goals a season. Again, 40 to 45 million again would be perfect as well. But again, United, I think they can afford Sesko if they get rid of players. Now, for me, Sesko, I think the main thing that's driving it is obviously the Vavel interest from Salzburg, having that connection there. But again, he's also a decent player as well. I think the thing that makes Watkins so appealing, especially for me, is the fact that he's Premier League proven. When he does come in, he can help nurture players like Cheeto, who, again, maybe you get Watkins for 3 years. Cheeto will be, 20, 21 years old. So again, you get that nurturing there. You got Hoyland there as well. And also he's that experienced player that we need. He's Prem proven as well. And I think that's something that massively does help. He is cheaper as well than Sesko. And again, Villa have to sell. Well, not have to, but Villa would be more open to selling. Now again, Villa don't really want to lose Watkins. But again, I think if it comes to a point where United put in a suitable bid, I'm sure they will accept it. Again, if you maybe offer Garnacho as a potential swap deal. But again, Sesko is definitely an interesting option. But again, it's looking like it's going to be between those two. So that rules out Nicholas Jackson, Calvert-Lewin, Callum Wilson, Jamie Vardy, Osman, who again I think has gone to a different, I can't remember which club he's gone to. But it rules out a lot of the options we've been linked to. So again, it's between Sesko and Watkins. I think they're two different strikers. Both strikers have their own unique quality, so we'll have to wait and see what happens with those two, to be honest. Now, the next thing, Manchester United effectively ruling out a move for Martinez at Villa. They've been told he can only leave on a permanent deal, and the cost is not something that United will entertain. So I don't think we were ever going to sign Martinez. If we were, it was going to be on a loan. I just don't think that deal is going to get done. Again, I think we're fully focused on the striker situation. We see what will happen with the goalkeeper. I think if we were to sign a goalkeeper, it'd be John Victor or Lemons from Royal Antwerp. But yeah, listen, that's that. Now I want to talk about Jadon Sancho, the player who again still hasn't left Manchester United. Dortmund are currently debating whether to make an approach for Sancho. Manchester United prepared to sell for 17 million. Which is lower than Chelsea's 25 million obligation to buy him. And I think 17 mil is probably alright, I think, for a player of Sancho. I think it's just about getting him out of the club at the moment, and I think that's something that United want to do. In terms of Sancho, there's been a new update on his price. United hope to raise money for a striker by selling Sancho, Anthony and Garnacho. And again, the Mail Sport understand it's between 50 and 17 million, which we just said from Ben Jacobs as well. So again, it's going to be very difficult as he's entering his last year of a £275,000 per week contract. But again, I just don't know whether he's going to be sold. I would love for Sancho to be sold, to be honest. Dortmund, please rescue him again from Manchester United. But yeah, let's see what happens with that. But I just want to end by talking about the striker situation. I think it certainly is an interesting one. I think they are two very, very intriguing strikers, both SESKO and Watkins, two quality players as well. And I think two players who, again, would improve United in their own way. I think with Watkins, there are a few question marks, but I think with SESKO, there's probably a few more. The fact that, again, he's relatively inexperienced, he's not Premier League proven, but again, he has that future and that talent. And I think for you, many United fans, you've kind of been, not scarred, but kind of been wary of the fact that we've signed Rasmus Højlund and it hasn't really worked out to the way that we have. But again, we'll have to wait and see what happens. That has been the news update for this lunchtime. Let me know your thoughts. There'll be some more videos coming out over the transfer window. So don't forget to subscribe, and peace.